Kenny McKinley will return it. He's a rookie out of South Carolina, drafted in the 5th round. David Akers, who has not missed a field goal at home this year, sends it down the field. Kind of an ugly bouncing kick to Richard Quinn, the backup tight end, another rookie, and takes it at the 33. They're on first down. They will go with the former Eagle Buckhalter into the arms of Broderick Bunkley. Now with a 4-receiver formation, Orton will throw, ball tipped, and it falls incomplete off the hands of Jabbar Gaffney. Timeout by the Eagles. Not quite set with the right personnel. On a 3rd and 10, Andy Reid's defense best in the league against 3rd down. 3rd and 10 for the Broncos. And that pass may have been a backwards pass. It was picked up by the Eagles. Picked up by Patterson, who takes it in. And still no signal.
No signal. It will be a touchdown. The Denver Broncos will have to challenge if this ruling stays on the field. Let's watch where Cal Orton throws the football from. From the 22. Could you tell, Jim, maybe the 23?
I don't think it's going to be a backwards pass, but let's see. Now they finally rule it a touchdown on the field.
It's very close.
Yeah.
It's so close. I don't know if you can overturn it.
David Akers and
if you're here we go. Here's
this
a
is
good
the
look.
angle you want.
23. It lands behind the 23-yard line. That's, if you're Josh McDaniels, scoring play, you've got to challenge it.
He has challenged. He has challenged.
The ruling on the field is a backwards pass. It's being challenged by Denver.
Well, here we go to help out a little bit. Orton released. It's where the football is released from, not where the feet are planted.
Right.
So if this is the line right here, parallel pass, by the way, would be an incompletion.
No, they're going to have to prove that it went forward. It's going to have to be clearly going forward, Jim, you know, as we can see. So.
Now, it looks like he released it, if you will, at about 22 3/4.
I think that's a good analogy. And where the football, okay, there it is, 22 3/4. When you watch it on the ground,
so 22 3/4. Let's see where this football lands. I don't know.
22 3/4.
That's what I think.
Well, then it's going to be a touchdown, Philadelphia Eagles.
After review, the pass went forward. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. It'll be Denver's ball. 4th and 10 on the 32-yard line. Please put 4:15 on the game clock. 4:15 on the game clock, please.
I think you heard it. Mike Carey said the football went forward. And if it would have been parallel, since it's not a forward pass in this situation, it would have remained a touchdown for Philadelphia. So close, but he ruled it that it did go forward, 6 inches, whatever. It doesn't matter.
So a 3 and out is all it leads to. Mitch Berger is in.
Great challenge by Josh McDaniels.
No
Jim.
question. Deshaun Jackson awaits the return. It was interesting. Daniel Graham was the intended receiver. And he had fallen down, and Orton was throwing it in his direction.
Well, what happened is the Philadelphia Eagles showed a little new defensive front there, and the blitz. And what happens so many times, you can work all you want on covering guys or working on a blitz. Then when you see it for real in the game, you go, wow, they're faster than we thought they were. And that's what it looked like that time with the Denver offensive line. The rushers were so quick, they got fast to Kyle Orton, he couldn't even get rid of the football.
Andy Reid, his team is postseason bound for the 8th time in his 11 years, and the #1 punt returner in the game. He has to wave this one off. Finally touched by a Bronco at the 36, a 32-yard punt. So McCoy had been filling in for Westbrook, who's been out for a long time with that concussion effects, but they're going to start out with Westbrook and not McCoy. And starting out with a long ball for Jackson, about a yard too long. Champ Bailey on the coverage.
Well, it looked a little different. Champ Bailey lines up to the side where DeSean Jackson goes to. Bottom of your screen, he switches off to him, man to man, and that's what this Eagles offense, they want to know, can anybody cover their wide receiver DeSean Jackson man to man? Champ Bailey, the best cover corner for the Denver Broncos. Watch for him to be on him beyond DeSean Jackson for most of the day.
It is Leonard Weaver lined up now behind McNabb on 2nd and 10. And that's Weaver. He's been a good find for this team. Coming over from Seattle as a free agent in the offseason. 183 games, more than even Harold Carmichael, who stands at number 2, but now a member of Denver. McCoy comes in on 3rd and 7. And McNabb in trouble. And Williams has a hold of him first. DJ Williams. And the Denver defense with a flag thrown in.
Illegal contact. Defense number 20 from the previous spot. 5 yards, automatic. First down.
Well, Brian Dawkins comes back to Philadelphia on his 3rd play on the field. He commits a penalty that'll give him a first down.
It's Selleck, tight end, going down the field. That contact is absolutely after 5 yards. One thing too, though, Jim, just to go back, Champ Bailey is going wherever DeSean Jackson goes. Champ Bailey used to the right to the offense, doing both today.
A burst up the middle. It's McCoy for 9, the rookie from Pittsburgh. We saw Brian Dawkins come out for the introductions, do a little somersault and move. Did you ever do that? Look at McCoy. He's got a quick burst. He's number 3 rookie rusher this year.
Well, he's done such a good job coming in for Brian Westbrook. And I think the thing about McCoy that I've noticed, he is just faster in the pro game than he actually looked in college.
Westbrook back in there, the single back. As the Eagles face a 2nd and 2. Here's Westbrook with a handle. The crowd cheers as he picks up the first down and 3 or 4 yards. Beloved around here, Brian Westbrook, 2nd all-time Philadelphia rusher to only Wilbert Montgomery. Wilbert Montgomery, who ran behind our producer Lance Barrow back at Abilene Christian in his college days. Lance now doing a little blocking and tackling for us.
He can open up a big hole. You imagine that? But it's, you know, Westbrook, just another option for this Eagles offense.
You're right about that. It's 1st down and 10. DeSean Jackson makes a first down grab as many of you just join us. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles with their first possession, and they're marching down the field. We had Denver, by the way, win the coin toss, take the football, and then a challenge win by the Broncos as a pass originally ruled as a backward pass had been returned for a touchdown but was taken off the board after further review. Ended up being 3 plays and a punt, and here are the Eagles driving it the first time they handle it. And that's Weaver plowing ahead for a couple.
You know, Leonard Weaver gets in there, runs the football. Just another guy, Jim, that when he gets his opportunities and touches the football, very productive with it. And it all comes, there's so many issues with this Eagles offense, why they're so good, but their offensive line, of course, is helping out, and it has gotten better as the year has gone along. And I think the last 3 or 4 games, they played their best football of the year.
They've done a great job of building an offensive line this season as they go back to Westbrook. He's got the edge. Westbrook past Bailey and bumped out by Dawkins, but another first down for the Eagles.
Well, this is going to hurt this Denver Broncos run defense. The fact that they're so worried about Deshaun Jackson going down the field. Top of your screen, usually Champ Bailey would be looking inside to help in the run game, but no, he's too worried about covering. So by the time he realizes it's a run, there's Westbrook already out there, and he gets an extra 5 or 6 yards because of that.
They line up Westbrook in a slot to the left and go shotgun on first down. The Eagles, the best first quarter team in the league, and they are quick starters with this first possession all season long. McNabb incomplete, going for Westbrook, and Dawkins was covering him.
Well, the fans always complain. They always want pass interference, but they might have got it that time. Brian Dawkins all over the receiver while the football's in the air. It's a blitz by the Broncos, not well timed. Robert Ayers makes McNabb throw it before he's ready. What do you think, Jim? Is that past 5 yards?
I would say so.
Yes.
Dawkins already flagged once on this drive. It came on a third down play where McNabb had been sacked, but it nullified the sack. Second down and 10 from the 22. Weaver busting ahead, banging shoulders with DJ Williams. Picks up 3.
You know, a couple of things as you watch this game today. The Philadelphia offense, I know we've already talked about it. It is good. It is very explosive, especially when you have a quarterback like Donovan McNabb who could get the football down the field with such ease. But they're so diverse. They have a lot of formations. They put all their personnel in different positions. Just makes it tough to really zero in and try to determine what you want to defend.
This is the 10th play of their opening drive. And now moving it a yard into the red zone. McNabb hit by Doomerville and recovered by the Broncos. Darrell Reed on the recovery, and Doomerville does it again. And shifting back under center is Orton, who stumbles. It's been a bumpy start here for the Broncos on offense. And that's Daniel Graham taking it, barreling ahead for about 4.
Yeah, it's a bumpy start, Jim, but they avoided disaster by the challenge by Josh McDaniels. And also, the one thing the Broncos worried about is just hanging in this football game early. And if you do that, you can settle this Eagles team down a little bit. You can settle their offense down, but if you can handle their blitz start of the game, it does have a tendency to keep the Eagles from blitzing as much as it goes along.
Second down and 6. Going to the rookie Moreno. He follows a couple of blockers for 2 yards. It's third down, 3rd and 4. And Orton. Juque Parker gets credit for the sack, although he never fully wrapped up Orton.
No, he just ran over everybody. That's all he did.
Yeah,
so
did he ever?
It's watching top of your screen, going against Columbus, gets double teamed. It's not quick enough. And what really is upsetting for the Denver Broncos is that it was only 3 guys rushing the passer. So some different looks from this Eagle defense early in the game.
Broncos failed to move the sticks for the second time. And Berger's first punt traveled only 32 yards. Oh, this one's even worse. Super Bowl coming up 42 days away here on CBS down in Miami. All right, the Eagles, good starting point for them from the 38. Setting up screen, jumping up to grab it is McCoy. Dawkins had him for a minute. McCoy taken off. McCoy comes back to the middle of the field. One stiff arm almost got him free from Robert Ayers, but eventually Ayers, the rookie, brought him down. It's a 40-yard pickup to the rookie McCoy.
You know, the Eagles throw the football down the field so much that they just make you nervous. So you're always in retreat. Try not to give up the big play. But then you realize, oh my gosh, the best screen team arguably in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles. And Brian Dawkins gets caught up inside.
Had him for a moment.
Yep, kept hustling, and a good job by Robert Ayers stopping the touchdown. Andy Reid was a tremendous screen coach in Green Bay. Brought it to Philadelphia. It works very well.
Officially 39 yards. First down from the gun. McNabb to Jackson. Another first down at the 11. Gain of 11. Ready to throw it again on first down. And off the hands of Selleck, their leading receiver on the season. That tight end has really come on in his third year out of Cincinnati. But a rare drop, and Jackson, their center, is down. He got knocked down. Maybe the leg buckled a little bit, and there's an injury. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back. Jackson, he's replaced by Max Gene Gillis. All 360 pounds of him. Has been an Eagle offensive line that's battled injuries throughout the season. They've patched it together so well so many times.
Center your screen, backpedaling, just looks like he stepped wrong, and as he keeps walking off, Jamal Jackson, as he walks along the sideline, he keeps getting better and better. So maybe there's a chance he can come back.
They moved Nick Cole actually over to center, and Gene Gillis comes in and moves to right guard where Cole was previously. Here on second down. Nice grab, a reach out grab by Jason Avant with a flag as well. Tough catch.
Pass interference. Defense. From the spot of a foul. Automatic. First down.
Slot receiver Jason Avant fakes going outside. The grab, hard to see at that time by Tony Carter. There it is. Now you can see it from behind. The pulling of the jersey.
Tony Carter, who last week stepped up, came on board, made some plays in the Oakland game, was out there a lot.
Yep, saved the touchdown against the Raiders. A lot of speed.
So they'll take the penalty, the Eagles, which gives them the first down, first and goal to go at the 8. Leonard Weaver is the running back. Weaver running with it into a pile of bodies at the 5. Give him a couple.
You know, one thing that makes it so tough, Jim, as we watch this Eagles offense, is when they spread it out, especially when they get the receivers outside and you're worried about everybody, you still, and I'm watching the Broncos, you still have to account for Donovan McNabb, that he might pull the football down. Not worry so much about him running, but he's been moving so well to throw the football and make big plays, throwing, getting points, throwing the football by moving in the pocket.
It's Westbrook about to take the snap. Westbrook cuts left and dives to about the 2. So Michael Vick is listed as the 3rd quarterback today. He's got a quad injury. So look at Westbrook, who's been basically out for 2 months, comes in, takes the direct snap.
Yeah, just a little hesitation, but from the outside, Mario Hagan is quick enough to stop the touchdown because they had it blocked on the left side well enough.
And there's Michael Vick. Injured last week in the game against San Francisco.
Yeah, was running the football once, got hit so hard it has a thigh bruise, not able to go this week.
3rd and goal. Jump pass, touchdown. Jackson. Well, Jackson goes for the long strike so often there is a flag. This time one of the short variety, a 2-yard throw.
As he's going backwards, he does this very well. Him and Brett Favre, I think the best in the NFL when it comes to throwing when they're moving backwards or throwing off balance.
David Akers comes in, 2nd highest scorer in the NFL, tacks on 1 more to make it 7-0. McNabb's 20th touchdown pass of the season. It came on 3rd down, and it goes to Deshaun Jackson. McKinley steps back to the goal line. Well covered by the special teams of the Eagles. Tracy White.
Well, Jim, let's go back and look at the touchdown by the Philadelphia Eagles. And here comes Jason Avant. Deshaun Jackson comes across, but watch Brent Selleck inside as he goes up the field. It gets in the way of Tony Carter trying to cover Deshaun Jackson. Well designed.
McKinley injured on the return, and they've already, of course, not suited up today. Eddie Royal out with a neck injury. We'll be right back. Well, they're helping Kenny McKinley, their rookie receiver and kick returner out of South Carolina. They took him in the 5th round this year and feel they have high regard for McKinley and his speed there at Denver.
Now the good thing is he's walking off too, but he gets twisted.
Watch the left leg.
That White kind of falls on the left leg as he's turning to throw him down.
Well, Kyle Orton and the Broncos, a tough start for them, and we visited with Kyle before the game, and he talked about how important it was this first quarter to really try to neutralize the Eagles' assault, which...
Yeah, not trying to win, Jim, just trying to keep the game under control.
Big throw and a vicious hit. That was Sheldon Brown on the hit. Brandon Marshall with the catch for 4 yards.
One way you try to neutralize a defense that's aggressive with screens, especially nowadays to the outside. But how about that reaction by Sheldon Brown? Usually when you run these, you're trying to either pick or block the outside defender. Sheldon Brown diagnosed it and really attacked the football. What you got to be careful of course, is a double move later by the Broncos.
Eagles fans are saying that was Dawkins-esque. Buckhalter. He is 2 yards shy of a first. They're still looking for their initial first down.
Of course, you said Buckhalter. He's another ex-Eagle.
Yep. An Eagle from 2001 through last season. Third, we call it a yard. And again, the Broncos are 3 and out off the fingertips of Stokely. Just making an appeal.
Brandon Stokely wants pass interference, rightly so. Oh, they threw a flag on sportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, Stokely, the flag thrown by that back judge who he ran down.
Will Witherspoon, anytime you're a defender.
Ran after, I should say.
You're a defender and you stop the progress of the wide receiver or turning, that is pass interference. And I thought Will Witherspoon definitely turned Brandon Stokely that time.
This penalty will take him back inside the 20.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense, number 14, contacting an official. Number 14 is ejected.
Oh, on top of it, he's tossed.
Wow.
Now they've already lost McKinley, one of the receivers. Eddie Royal is out.
And Brandon Stokely, kind of the move receiver who they put a lot of. Trying to see if he touches. Oh, he hit his arm as he walked away. There's no gray area. You touch the official.
That leaves the Broncos with 3 healthy receivers. Marshall and Lloyd and Gaffney. And Berger's 3rd punt, his best of the bunch so far. And that is Jackson unable to get started on the return. 45-yard punt, no yardage on the return, and Stokely's headed in.
You know, Jim, most of the officials in the NFL, they're not, I want to say they're not tender. They'll let you voice your opinion, be mad and say things, but watch what happens as he's walking away. That right hand, boom.
Slapped hands. So the Eagles now have it at the 40-yard line. Their defense has put the clamps on Denver, and their offense both times has motored down the field. Now there was a turnover the first time thanks to Dumerville's play. Touchdown on their second drive, and this will back
Ball
up the
starts.
Eagles.
Offense number 71. 5 yards, still first down.
Well, look what they do. Talk about flying out of the gate. This is what they do in the first quarter.
Pretty, it's really, it's so.
How about first half as well?
It's just impressive what they do.
You see the 260 here, Phil? That's 260 first half points. That's more than 9 teams in the league have scored for the entire season.
Well, it just shows you how they reloaded this football team. They built it again around Donovan McNabb.
McNabb sends it over to Macklin, who steps out.
And Jim, it's just about one thing when you watch the Eagles play. It is speed. And they know how to use it.
There's McKinley, and he's going to be carted to the locker room. He'll be joining Brandon Stokely, who was sent to the locker room.
Yeah, I'm just really curious how the Broncos adjust to the fact that Brandon Stokely does so many things on their offensive side.
Seconds on the play clock. 10 seconds on the play clock, please.
The Eagles are fast, high-flying in the first quarter, but I just have to say it, our officiating crew today is off to a very methodical, grinded-out, slow start.
They've been busy. Mike Carey was the referee just a couple of years ago in that Giants-Patriots Super Bowl, and McNabb up top. Selleck pulls it in with his left hand. Brett Selleck for 31 yards.
Everybody runs down the field. Here he comes, just right down the seam. Donovan McNabb, it's a blitz under heavy pressure. 2 defenders coming free. And he's able just to go down. Nice touch by Donovan McNabb, and Hagan, Mario Hagan, just not able to stay with Brent Selleck. Andy Reid says Brent Selleck catches the football extremely well. You're a tight end, of course you better be able to catch it in traffic, and most of all has good hands, so catches like that, he doesn't need to jump up and catch it with his body.
Timeout Philadelphia. And we're back after the Eagles take their second timeout here in the first quarter. Driving again. Jim Nance, Phil Simms on the scene. Denver without a first down. 3 possessions, 3 and out.
You know, I did, this is just me, and of course we're sitting up here, but if I was playing this Eagles offense, I would be very conservative on defense. I would make Donovan McNabb stay in the pocket, pick the receiver, and make them make the throw and catch. When you blitz, they just throw it up in the air and their guys run for it.
From the 27, sideline, and a connection again with Jackson. Champ Bailey defending. It's like about a half-yard short of the first. Champ Bailey came out of that same 1999 draft as McNabb, 5 players behind him. As Westbrook loses a yard. Of course, McNabb the 2nd pick. Bailey was the 7th. McNabb sandwiched in between 2 quarterbacks who have long gone and left the league, Tim Couch and Akili Smith. There were 2 other first-round quarterbacks in that draft. Dante Culpepper and Cade McNown were also.
Sean King in the 2nd round.
Of course, he was Andy Reid's first pick as the head coach here, and that's been quite the combo.
It's kind of been
quarterback.
It's been said a lot. McNabb going outside. Wildcat again.
Going Wildcat with Jackson. They did this early in the season. They showed it a little bit this week in practice. Snap took a while to get there. Jackson nowhere to go. Will be set back another 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and long. Ayers and Williams ran down the line with him, bumped them out.
Well, you talk about, I don't know, that was a pretty debatable call that time. Deshaun Jackson, I'd look at him and go, well, he's not going to throw it.
He's limping a little bit, too.
Yeah, there's another thing. You look at him, not the biggest guy in the NFL, that's for sure.
That was.
And Jim, he's not going to run it up inside, I would think, either.
You know, that was 3rd down, so 4th down on the way with Akers. From 39 yards. He's made 21 of his last 22 field goals. Make it 22 of 23. At 10-0 as Akers gets set to kick it down to Buckholter, who's replaced McKinley. McKinley carted to the locker room with a knee injury, doubtful to return. And he returns at Buckholter to the 30.
Still not bad. They've avoided disaster. And the Eagles, Donovan McNabb fumbles. They got third and a foot, and they have to, or second and a foot, and they have to kick a field goal.
Right.
So if you're the Broncos, hang in there. You hope to make a big play against one of the Philadelphia all-out blitzes.
Orton's pass in and out of the hands of Brandon Marshall.
One of the good things that this Broncos offense has done this year, they've controlled the football, but a very good play-action fake by Kyle Orton. And look at the gap between the wide receiver. Where are the linebackers? Well, they all came up on the running fake.
Ah, boy, Marshall has had such a big year, including that 21 catch game at the Colts, an NFL record for one game. Only one catch so far today. Brandon Lloyd in the game, set at the bottom of the screen. There's a little dump pass, Buckholter. And let's see where they mark this one. Denver's still going to be short of a first down. In fact, they're going to mark it back at the 37. Pickup of 7.
Yeah, it was a nice screen that time, and what again the Broncos, both their guards, Russ Holstein and Chris Cooper, very mobile. They got outside, they let him around the corner and picked up 8 yards.
Jamal Jackson, big center for the Eagles. He's headed to the locker room. Banged up in that first quarter. 3rd and 3. And Orton has good time, and he has a completion. Lloyd's first catch of the season. He's been inactive every game until today. They had to really activate him with Eddie Royal inactive, out with injury. Again, neck and hand injuries.
Kyle Orton wants to throw it short. They take it away, so the good pass protection allows him to wait for the receiver to come behind where he wanted to throw it. The Eagles double team that inside receiver, so that lets Brandon Lloyd get wide open.
And they have a first down for the first time, the Broncos. In fact, they have the football on the Philadelphia side of the field. Moreno takes the direct snap. He gets a special greeting on the back end of that play by Sean Jones. Gain of 6.
Yeah, you got to like it, Jim. And I think anytime it's when you can just mush the football, and that's what that was that time. They pull the guard around and they just mush it up in there, and they pick up 6 yards.
Well, that worked really well early in the season with Moreno taking those snaps. We saw them pull that off against the Patriots in an overtime win back in October. 2nd down at 4. And there's a hookup with Jabbar Gaffney for a first down. 17 gain.
A lot of respect on that right side. And there's Asante Samuel, top of your screen. Look how far he's off. Good sharp route, excellent throw by Kyle Orton. And the Broncos offense settled down, pass protection. Good so far this drive, and Kyle Orton taking advantage of it.
Richard Quinn comes into the Denver lineup. Rookie tight end out of North Carolina. Brandon Gorin also. First down. Well defensed by the Eagles. No gain. That's Mike Patterson, the first one to come up. Tangled there with Richard Quinn.
Oh, man, what a play inside. How about Patterson just taking that time, took Chris Cooper, threw him aside, and got in the backfield and just ruined that running play.
The 2nd down and 10 from the 25. Denver's offense finally showing a little rhythm. They've got Marshall. Trying to clear it out for Marshall. Oh, where will they put the forward progress? He was right on that first down yardage. They've been backed up a little bit.
Well, I think what is interesting, too, is the Broncos move this football and they're changing their play selection, spreading it out just a little bit, 3 receivers to one side, is the fact that how much respect the Eagles are giving to them. They're backing off. They're giving them room, and Brandon Marshall catches it and gets those extra yards.
But he's still less than a yard short of the first. length of a football away from a first down. They go inside, and that was Hillis. Every week we have a chance to discuss this and your distaste for giving it to the fullback on 3rd and short, and it seems like every week we see someone stuffed.
Shoot, I even see it when I'm watching games at home. I just constantly see it. It's a quick hitting play, but once again, most teams guard against the inside run in short yardage situations. And like I say every week, Jim, how can he read it, pick the right hole, and most of all, how can you gain enough speed and power to get that 1 yard?
He didn't get it.
Or really, not even a yard. It's a half a yard.
That's it. Now what will they do? 4th down.
Well, they've made that decision. They're absolutely going to go for it. Easy call. They're going to bring in the extra lineman.
Philadelphia players running in and out at the last second.
I would think the Eagles inside would say, let's stop the quarterback sneak first.
Moreno has the first. Got a yard, maybe a couple.
Yeah, good run, good surge. The Eagles overcrowd the inside of the offense. You could look at the hole. Go where they're not. Oh, nice. Boy, good shot here. The Denver Broncos fall across the 15-yard line. The offensive linemen do. That's a good sign for the running back.
So a first down for the Denver Broncos at the 14. Hillis comes wide to the left. Orton going for the end zone and almost intercepted. I thought for a minute maybe Scheffler would make the catch. Then Brown on the rebound almost had it.
Yeah, Quentin Michael, nice throw by Kyle Orton. Good timing, looks it off. Scheffler makes a little move. Oh, the left hand by Michael gets in there and knocks it down.
A 2nd and 10. That's Marshall for only a couple.
Well, I like what they did on first down, Jim. They just tried to get the score in one play. You always want to take your shots when you're in this part of the field.
That's Gaffney. Still on his feet. Took the double hit and scores the touchdown. Jabbar Gaffney. He was walloped a couple of times. Michael had him. Hansen had him. Brown had him.
Yeah, it is an excellent job by Kyle Orton as the D. You see the receiver spread. He throws it short of the first down. The Eagles make him do it, but Gaffney does a good job breaking the tackle for the touchdown.
The only Denver wide receiver to score a touchdown this season other than Brandon Marshall had been Brandon Stokely. Gaffney has his first of the year, the former Patriot. Jabbar Gaffney, before he was a Patriot, was briefly a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. They cut him out of training camp in 2006 and signed later that season with the Patriots. He was a big contributor up there for Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
No
after
question.
the Eagles let him go. Yeah. Joe Harris is going to run it out from 3 yards deep and pays a heavy price. Well, the Denver Broncos playing here at the Link for the first time. The last time they were in Philadelphia was back in 1995, which John Elway was quarterbacking the Broncos back then and got injured here in Philadelphia, suffered a concussion in that game. Eagles lead at 10-7. Dawkins is coming in on McNabb, who got it away in time, and Selleck is taken off. Another big gain by the tight end, running away from Champ Bailey. This one's going to be close to another 30. Give him 35 yards for Selleck.
Yeah, another blitz. Brian Dawkins almost gets there. Nice block, or good enough block by McCoy. Boy, Donovan McNabb under pressure. I've said it, when he's under pressure, he's an outstanding thrower. And Champ Bailey stumbles just a little bit. That little stumble trying to get out of the break was enough for Selleck. How about that? 2 big plays by Selleck down the field.
And McCoy did a good job of picking up the blitz. Got a little shoulder on Dawkins, which knocked him off balance. Here is Westbrook spinning away. And he's running with aggression is Brian Westbrook in his return game. That goes for 6.
Well, the Broncos are getting free runners to Donovan McNabb. The problem is they're not getting there fast enough. He's getting rid of the football. How about that diagnosis by Brian Dawkins from the backside? Sees the lane, takes it, still fast enough. Boy, he used to hate that down here in Philadelphia. David Wright. Like they do a lot of players all across the country. Well, he's getting older. He's not as fast as he used to be and not making the same plays. Well, Denver thinks he's plenty fast enough.
2nd down, 4. That ball tipped. That was Darrell Reed getting a hand on it.
That was a little interesting move that time. Darrell Reed knocked it down. It could have been a big play to Deshaun Jackson. It was a little move inside. He's against Champ Bailey, and he has him faked out. Look at Champ Bailey going across the field, goes, oh no. And look at the separation Deshaun Jackson has. But so often, Jim, and we talk about this too, short drops, quick passes, getting knocked down more than ever in the NFL.
Need to get to about the 43 for a first. McNabb's got a wide open Selleck. 1 man to beat. He's not going to get there. Touchdown, Philadelphia. I sure thought Ronaldo Hill might get there in time to bump him out, but Selleck raced it home, 47 yards for the touchdown.
Oh, they try to delay blitz, and they got free guys going to Donovan McNabb, but that doesn't matter when nobody covers the tight end now, who has 3 long passes down the field. And when you have receivers in a blitz situation crossing each other, hard for defenders to pick out who their guy is.
Akers with the extra point. Sure looked like Ronaldo Hill could have gotten there. 17-7 Philadelphia.
You know, and I'm going to show everybody watching this game today, when you put pressure on Donovan McNabb, what happens is you put him in the perfect spot, and his form as a thrower actually gets better. And that's why he's a tremendous downfield thrower when you're blitzing him.
And again, it's Buckhalter. From the 5 to the 30, a 25-yard touchdown. Was there a play, or my eyes deceiving me here?
No, we'll get to that too, but there's a couple things. As they run this play, the first receiver comes across the field. That's McNabb's first read. How he sees Selleck going down the field, I don't. It's really excellent job. There's the open receiver, wide open, but he sees that nobody's covering Brent Selleck. And here's what you're talking about. Hill absolutely could have hit him, knocked him out of bounds, or at least had a chance to knock him out of bounds.
Yeah, got to lay out a little bit, don't you?
You know what my one coach told me once? I take for granted that we're going to try hard. So you got to make those, at least attempt those plays.
Orton pass, maybe too much zip on it, off the fingertips of Marshall.
Here we go, Jim. I know it, boy, I've never seen Jim get so hot, but it's good. It's the blitz. Just an excellent job. There's McNabb falling backwards, right on target. And you be the judge at home. Knock him out of bounds. Could you hit him? I don't know if you knock him out, but you could definitely got some contact. And I'll never forget that speech as long as I live. Tough game. We played hard. He came in, and everybody's telling you, oh, you played hard. I go, shoot. Take that for granted. I want execution to win the game.
2nd down and 10. Now Marshall has it. Just trying to get the football in his hands. He goes for 8.
You know, I love these little screens that the Broncos throw. And you've heard me say this too, that all this is now, these wide receiver quick screens, bubble screens, whatever you want to call them, that's the Green Bay sweep.
It's a running play.
It's a running play. That's all it is.
McDaniel's team took it down the field the last time, only to see the Eagles answer back quickly. Marshall 4 catches, now 3 away from a 100-catch season.
I think the Eagles have been a little conservative on defense. Will they stay back again? Yes.
Orton shakes off a hit, and again Marshall had his hands on it for a second.
Yeah, just too hard. Too hard. That's what it is, Jim. And again, you watch Brandon Marshall, and why it's too hard is because Kyle Orton is trying to shake off Jaquay Parker one more time. The 3-man rush. I've seen it twice, and 2 times Kyle Orton got sacked once, under heavy pressure that time.
Mitch Berger punt for the 4th time. He was drafted into the league by the Eagles in 1994, drafted by Rich Kotite, and punted for the Steelers last year. Got a Super Bowl ring after Sepulveda was hurt. And go the rest of the way. And there's Jackson stepping out at the 25. Back here in Philadelphia with 6:59 to go first half, and the Eagles from the 24 go with McCoy. Trying to make a move. Stop for no gain. Yep. So he's learned from the best. 2nd down and 10. They fake to Jackson and they go to Selleck. Oh, he gets hit by Dawkins, the second one to get to him. Seen that around here for a few years. He's a tough kid, this guy Selleck. Is well, maybe it's a little training he gets at home too from his wife Susie.
Yeah, that might help too. Susie, an aspiring professional boxer. I said to Andy Reid, you know, why is he so tough? Why does he hang on to the football? He goes, well, shoot, he goes home and, you know, his wife's boxer. She
hasn't fought yet.
Toughening him up a little.
He's in training. Here's 3rd and short.
Well, that was close. When it's like that, McNabb didn't get that initial push. Your idea, Jim, is going to happen one day where they put
specially encoded chip
into these footballs so you can, because so many plays in a game are big, and it's all about where that foot is put or put on the ground as the officials come in.
Yep. Where the linesman comes in, marks it.
It's Tom Burns. He comes running in there.
First down it is. It's a little unscientific, though, you have to admit, when you get right down to it, how the chains are reset, like right now in this situation, all the way over on the sideline, some 20 yards away. It's a little bit of a guesstimate.
Yeah, well, 10 years ago, I would say no way, but the game is so close, so competitive, and we have so many of these situations and plays that it will happen.
And that's McCoy for just a yard. 2nd down and 8.
Most people are going, what? Who? Yeah. What show was that? Don't show your age.
It's not too old for you.
Start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty is still 2nd down.
Well, see, I like Magnum PI because I knew Tom Selleck was a pretty good athlete.
I think he was.
Yeah.
Played basketball. He was on the basketball team at USC.
And he did that movie where he was a Japanese baseball player. I was very impressed with his baseball swing, too.
Always wearing those tiger hats.
Yeah, you're right. That's right, too.
Okay, 4:42 to go, and the Eagles 2nd and 13. Macklin left alone and untouched until he raced past the first down yardage and onto the Denver side of the field. Andre Davis finally brings him down. That's another 20-yard play for the Eagles.
Another big play, and it's meant to throw a quick slant to the outside to Brent Selleck. He's covered. Donovan McNabb, nice job, staying relaxed, no pressure, finding the second receiver, and nice touch too. If one thing, Donovan McNabb, not a great underneath thrower. And of course, sometimes with his arm strength, throws it too hard, but that was perfect.
Good catch. That was Macklin again, working the middle of the field. He reeled that one in, didn't he? Goes for 7.
Well, Andy Reid talked about Jeremy Macklin from Missouri, first-round pick, and they were not worried, but could he pick up the offense? Because this offense, the so-called West Coast, when you say it, very wordy, A lot of routes to learn to run, nothing like he did in college, but he came in right away, showed some toughness, learned it all, and it's been a valuable part of it.
And in 3, Weaver, look at the fullback get outside and get the first down.
Boy.
You're not supposed to let that happen, are you?
No, you're not. Just a lot of things. Good blocking on the outside. Good job by the tight end, Selleck. And anytime you see runners get to the outside, they're not getting off their blocks. Receivers got to help out, and then it takes the speed of the running back to get it done. You see a team that's able to run outside the NFL nowadays, boy, you better have a tight end that's getting it done.
Eagles have also been exceptional the last 2 minutes of the first half. Avant has a catch for 10. He's kind of methodically moving down the field like they're just going to take it right to the last second of the first half on this drive. And they may not be in any hurry. They shouldn't be before they run another play here.
No, Jim, it's just a very good mixture of short screen passes, runs. Marty Morningwig, the offensive coordinator's got it going.
Marty's got it going indeed. 2-minute warning. First down from the 26. Takes long, goes short, in traffic, and knocked down for a 3-yard loss is Westbrook.
Boy, good job, Robert. Robert Ayers comes over. No, it's DJ Williams. He stops that screen play. They're having so much success throwing the football. They fake like they're going to throw it down the field, and that screen. Good job by DJ Williams breaking it up and keeping it, actually losing a yard.
A little surprised how much we're seeing Westbrook. We kind of thought it might be 10 to 12 plays. I think he's been in there for at least that already. And he remains in the game.
Go down, he's changing the play, expecting blitz.
2nd and 12, it's Westbrook. Little shuffle pass down to the 22. Ryan Dawkins read that one, held it to a 6-yard play.
And maybe just the opposite check to it. They split the backs because he knows there's going to be a crease inside. It's blocked pretty well, but nice job by this defense. Brian Dawkins, he's the one that stopped it.
Now he's touched the ball 7 times in the game, has Westbrook. And McNabb, meanwhile, has hit 12 of his last 13 throws.
Donovan McNabb, every game, Jim, he gets in streaks. When he gets hot, that's what he is. When he feels it, gets relaxed.
They have a 3rd down, and he lost the football. Falls on it back at the 28. A little confusion there, perhaps. McCoy. And now that'll mean Akers will be called on with 29 seconds. And McCoy kind of jumped in there and hit his shoulder pad, hit his right shoulder.
Did it hit him? I think just McNabb dropped it.
I think it grazed the shoulder there of McCoy.
Well, it was a blitz by the Broncos, and I think McNabb, absolutely, as I watched his eyes, he was anxious to get the football in his hands and look down the field. Yes, you're right. His 58-year-old eyes are still working.
See here, there's Akers. Timeout first, though, called by Denver. Okay. Going to be about a 45-yarder. Akers with 29 made field goals, tied with Kading for the most in the league this year. And now he has 30, the most. Good from 45, David Akers.
David Akers, he's like a long drive guy on the PGA Tour. He can flush the football.
It sounds a little different when it comes off his toe.
You're right. I was thinking, when you watch it, boy, he's pretty excited about what he just did. Him and Baronis down in Tennessee, it is different. When they hit it, you can hear it through the whole stadium.
Yeah.
This makes it better. What are you talking about?
You are a bad influence. Buckhalter needs to come up to the 9 and is walloped at the 24. 15-yard return.
Well, I think overall, you know, what's the Broncos are going to take in at halftime is that Buckhalter's being.
Can you imagine this? Buckhalter, who had so many injuries during his years with the Eagles, so many disappointments. He comes back to Philadelphia, and wouldn't you know it, he hobbles off the field here. Man who had the Eagle rookie rushing record until this year, when McCoy broke it. So again, he had to be in there returning kicks because McKinley was hurt earlier in the half.
Yes, hard to see where he got hurt. Just that, boy, a lot of people rolling around the ankles and knees. But Jim, I was going to say the Broncos, what are you going at halftime? What do you feel good about? Well, you've stopped some drives to keep the Eagles from scoring a couple extra touchdowns, but also their pass protection has solidified itself here after that initial three and outs. So your offense has some hope that they can make some plays down the field.
It's like the Broncos are going to try to make a play here with 21 seconds. Wharton's pass deflected and almost intercepted. My goodness. Tracy White very nearly got there, and it could have been a race to the end zone.
The one thing I noticed about the Eagles defense is we were coming to this game, they are so in tune and getting their hands up with throws. Well, that's just pressure on the quarterback. I thought it was hit at the line of scrimmage. That was knocked out of Kyle Orton's hands just as he was letting it go.
They're still in shotgun with 17 seconds. Moreno knocked back. And it's that same guy, Tracy White, who nearly had to pick the play before.
Yeah, it's not an accident. He diagnosed it right away. Saw the screen, saw him make a lot of good plays last week against the 49ers.
Denver says enough of this. Let's go to the locker room. 20-7 Eagles at halftime. And the Eagles will touch it first in the third quarter. Macho Harris. He's not going to take any chances with it.
Not like last time.
I think he learned a lesson.
Yeah.
And what did you learn from the first half of action here, Phil?
Well, I think I learned just what the Denver Broncos found out. The Philadelphia Eagles have a lot of weapons, and you think, well, let's keep McNabb in the pocket. They did that. They really kind of, Deshaun Jackson was quiet. So this tight end, he basically was the story I thought of the first half. Brent Sella catching those footballs down the field, that was the difference.
Eagles with that 5-game win streak. Again, that division still up for grabs in the NFC East.
And Jim, if you want to be a team that can go to the Super Bowl, of course your chances, it's all about how many ways can you win a football game. And the Eagles are showing, which they've done a lot of times this year, they have a lot of ways to win on both sides of the ball.
Dallas to play Washington tonight. Eagles to play at Dallas next week. And on the slant, he's got his man. It's Macklin. Dawkins was the last line of defense. It goes for 25 yards.
Well, when you play a pressure defense, and that's what happens here. The Broncos coming, trying to put pressure on the quarterback, Andre Goodman. How close can you be for knocking it down and you miss, and look what happens. A big gain for the Philadelphia Eagle offense. And McNabb has just had a lot of terrific throws. A power throw that time, gets it in there right on target before Goodman can make the play.
6 of his throws have gone for over 20 yards in this game. That one was 25. Looks right, now looks left. And back to that original option, he's intercepted. It's Champ Bailey with the pick. And he tried to keep his balance inbounds, but steps out at the 50.
Well, he threw it exactly where he wanted the football. When he let it go, he went, hey, that's perfect. But Champ Bailey trailing the receiver fast enough to come underneath and make the play.
The 100th interception thrown in McNabb's career. Now that sounds like a staggering amount, but he's actually third lowest percentage-wise interceptions thrown all time in the history of the league.
Look at the slot. Here they come. They're going to come across the field. Coverage down the field. Goodman, good job. McNabb had all day. Champ Bailey stayed right with him, though.
Moreno down to the 45. David Garrard has the lowest interception percentage in NFL history. Then it's Neil O'Donnell, and then it's McNabb. And I know you're on that list, on that short list. You are.
There's no way.
You had that one season. Postseason percentage, too. I know you're in the top 5.
I used to walk to the sidelines. I threw so many picks at one period in my career. The coach would look at me. Well, of course, the coach is Bill Parks. Says, Sims, are you watching the same game I'm watching?
I like when we saw him a few years ago. And he saw that you're wearing some glasses from time to time. And he said, that explains a lot.
You should have worn them while you're playing.
That's right.
They have the turnover here, and the Broncos have a chance, of course, when you look at the score, to get right back in this.
Antonio Dixon, number 64, comes in for Bunkley. Orton slow to Marshall. Spins free. Gets some help by Graham, who throws a defensive back to the ground. He escaped. Asante Samuel picks up 8 and a first.
Well, Brandon Marshall, as he went up to catch the football, he's actually feeling where the defender is. Here comes the blitz. The initial pickup, very good. Free runner from the outside, but good job by Kyle Orton, just backpedaling, create a little room, make the throw. He feels, here comes Asante Samuel. You saw he turned, found him, turned, and Brandon Marshall big and strong.
Moreno runs into a big and strong Trent Cole with a yellow flag in there. Face mask call maybe on the way against Philadelphia. They had snuffed out the play.
Personal foul, major face mask, defense, 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic. First down.
He did not grab it.
It was Cole.
Yep, there it is.
Not just a face mask, they called it a major face mask. Of course, you used to have to try to, like,
5 and 15.
Yeah, you had to gauge, you had to weigh it. They eschewed that this year, so it's always 15 yards. The league making the change, and I think it was a good one. First down from the 22. Good fake.
Oh, excellent fake. I'm looking at the run.
Yeah, Marshall, though. Sheldon Brown wasn't too deceived. That goes for only 2 yards.
You know, I really think this game is the Broncos were expecting more blitzing than they're getting from this Eagles defense. So some of these plays designed to really take advantage of a blitzing team, maybe a defender, because it's a blitz off. You could see at the last second the blocker coming outside to try to pick him off, but he was too late.
3 tight ends in for the Broncos. Marshall wide to the left on a 2nd and 8. Looking for Marshall. Got him at the 10. Samuel plants the feet. And boy, it's 4 Eagles over there to make sure Marshall is down.
Really clever. And I would have said 3 tight ends just to make him think run, but he goes inside. Oh, Asante Samuel goes for the play action fake, where they actually have 2 guys watching Brandon Marshall, and he still is wide open.
And that's his 100th catch of the season, giving him 3 straight seasons with 100. Trying to take advantage of the takeaway. Orton lined up to the left, and they direct snap it to Moreno, and it's good for only a couple. Focool on the hit and holds it to a 2-yard gain.
And the Wildcat hasn't really fooled too much. Instead of just...
It's dying down, isn't it, as the season progresses?
Oh, it's dying around the whole league. But all you need is one run, and we can all go crazy over it again.
Sean McDermott, defensive coordinator, hoping his defense can make a play here. 2nd down and 8. Marshall weaves down to the 4. Gaffney threw a block on that side, and we do have a penalty flag on the far side.
into shift. Offense, two moving at the same time, not being set for a full second before the snap. 5-yard penalty is still second down.
Two guys moving. If they do move, if you notice it, I didn't see the extra movement. It could have been the running back looked like he might have flinched a little bit.
He was flinching late in that first half. Number 28 for the Broncos. He's back in there. Buckhalter. He was acting as though he would take the snap, then shifts over. Wharton back in position. 2nd and 13. Ball in the air and should have been intercepted. Sheldon Brown. No, it was Hansen.
Now you know why they're shifting Kyle Orton from the outside to the inside, because when you start out with the Wildcat look, Kyle Orton just a little bit behind Tony Scheffler. Very fortunate it's not.
Joselio Hansen.
Yep, he's everywhere.
His feet were tangled up. He was unable to quite step out for it.
But Jim, you do that Kyle Orton shifted in because you want the defense to play run. He comes in at quarterback. He knows he's going to get a soft coverage.
Got a 2 for a first. Set up screen. Graham tripped up. Quentin Michael holds him to no gain.
Yeah, it's tough for that to work in that unless you get an all-out blitz. That's not going to work because you don't have to worry about the deep pass down the field. It takes so long to develop that once the defense diagnoses it, look how fast they're all there to make the play.
Matt Prater is in. He has 27 made field goals on the season. That's 3rd best in the league. This is a 33-yarder. And Prater's kick is good. 9 plays for the Broncos. Leads to a field goal by Prater. 2 takeaways today. One stopped the Eagles' opening drive deep in Denver territory on a strip sack by Elvis Dumerville, who tied the Broncos single season sack record with Simon Fletcher with his 16th sack. And again, Macho Harris says, nope, we'll take it at the 20. The ball back in the hands of Philadelphia. And that's McCoy. Went low early and then spins out for 11 yards.
Boy, good call by this Philadelphia offense. 2 blitzers on the inside. All the pressure. Look at them inside, and you put McCoy off tackle. Boy, nice job there. That's Winston Justice making a good block, kicking out. Allows McCoy to go inside and get the first down.
Fake to McCoy. Pass too high for Weaver. Wouldn't have gained much anyway. Talked about McCoy and where he stacks up with the rookie rushers. He's number 3 coming into the week behind Moreno of the Broncos, Beanie Wells, and then it's McCoy over 600 yards coming in. And again, he broke Terrell Buckhalter's Eagles rookie rush record set back in 01.
Andy Reid said the knock on him was he won't be able to pass protect from the running back position. He heard it, so that got him a little fired up, and he said he's done a good job all year long.
At the football again. What a cut.
Playing a little different style, I think, for him today. Much more at the line of scrimmage, trying to hit Jackson as he comes off the football.
3rd and 6. McNabb just standing there. Now launches it long. And that's going to be a flag on Bailey. It's going to be a pass interference call that's going to net about 35 yards.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. On the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
The To how many times games we've done, Jim, how many times have you seen these long passes intercepted by the covering corner? What a move by Jackson. A double move, fakes it, stayed with it, and he gets behind Champ Bailey, and Champ Bailey was chasing. He tries to time it, but his timing is off, and that's pass interference.
Actually a 41-yard penalty. Puts the Eagles at the 24 of Denver. Westbrook for 4.
The throw by Donovan McNabb was a good 5 to 7 yards short of where he intended to go. And I really mean this. Sometimes when he gets a lot of time and there's no pressure on him, as I said to you, he kind of turns into Mr. Quarterback and he doesn't throw it as pure as he should. But when he's under pressure, he reacts. He's quicker. He's faster. He gets around it and he throws it beautifully.
I guess the bottom line is you don't want your offensive line to be that good, huh?
Well, no,
is that what you say?
No, I'm not saying that.
Let him work for it a little bit. 2nd down and 6. That was Westbrook taking a tumble before the football arrived.
Well, what I'm saying about McNabb, he's a very good off-balance thrower. How about that? Westbrook, just another guy, we've talked about him today, that can split out and runs receiver routes. It's not, you know, the 4-yard little hitch route or the quick screen like you see to a lot of running backs. In this offense, they run routes from the running backs when they split out.
Third and 6. Now on the run. Throws it away. Flag though at the line of scrimmage. Nab's pointing at it.
Brent Selleck taken off the line of scrimmage. Was it him that grabbed and pulled, or did somebody hold him as he was trying to get down the field?
McNabb's pointing that it's against Denver. Dawkins pointing the other way.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense number 59. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First.
Wesley Woodyard, there he is on the tight end. Boy, that is a tough call. I couldn't quite see it. Pretty good pressure on him right from the start.
And that came on 3rd down. That's the second first down picked up on this drive by penalty.
Didn't have the same angle though. Sometimes when you see the angle from where the official sees it from, you can understand why they throw the flag.
They snap it at the 15. Ball is caught. What a catch. Touchdown. Jason Avant. Ronaldo Hill had a play on it, but Avant somehow was able to snare it.
Well, Jim, you could hear it from up here. You can hear the football hit Ronaldo Hill's hand. Oh, it's behind him, so he couldn't reach back. I thought maybe he had a chance to catch it, but it hit his hand in a really fortunate break. Unfortunate for the Denver Broncos. Fortunate break, of course, for the Eagles.
The 3rd touchdown pass of the day for McNabb. Another extra point by Akers. Avant with the good hands and concentration. His 3rd touchdown catch of the season. 6 plays to go 80 yards. Alfonso Smith is the 3rd different kick returner of the day for the Broncos. Smith dives to the 23. How did that touchdown unfold?
Well, what happens is I don't think Donovan McNabb ever saw Hill. Hill is the safety. He's over here. Watch the route just come right to him, and McNabb just fires it. But Ronaldo Hill doesn't quite time it perfectly. Hits it with his hand and knocks it up. He sees it, tries to time the interception. Well, you look at that drive, boy, the tip pass for the touchdown. The illegal hands to the face. They kept the drive going.
Orton just throws it in the ground.
Was the receiver close? He could have been outside the.
You know, it took 5 seconds before they said that was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, they're running back, trying to throw a screen. He definitely didn't get the football back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, there you go. Daniel Graham is close to the football. So I'm looking for the other side. It was a blocker he throws it close to. Good job by Kyle Orton. Just get rid of the football.
Orton's thrown for 91 yards today. You know, the Eagles today needed 18 points. That's all to become the highest scoring Eagle team ever in a season. And of course, they've blown by that. 426 on the season. Most explosive team ever for the Eagles by points. Another 5 yards against Denver.
False start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty to 7 out.
There's no doubt the NFL is about the offense this year, and I don't see it changing in the future. Well, not for a while.
Orton steps away from one hit and then gets smashed by Darren Howard. A loss of 7.
Darren Howard comes in sometimes in obvious passing situations. Look to the top of your screen over here. Watch Trent Cole just gets Ryan Clady just crushes him to the ground. Nice move outside, and that's it. That is not holding. He's going down, get on top of him, but from the other side, Darren Howard, quick move at the line of scrimmage, comes in almost untouched.
This Philly crowd wants the defense to make another play, maybe even force a turnover. Taken off with it, Buckhalter. He's got a first down. And one of the bigger plays of the day for the Broncos.
Yeah, how about that play? They've been trying these screens all day long. And this one was blocked perfectly, timed out right to the outside. Good block. Oh, man, look at Clady. That's what does it. Hochstein down the field. But Ryan Clady is the one that made that play.
That's Brandon Lloyd down the field, getting action today with all these injuries at the receiver position. 2
good blocks that gave him an extra 25 yards.
That was their longest play of the day. It goes for 33. First down throw to an open man. Scheffler all the way to the Philadelphia 30.
This is a staple of this offense. Josh McDaniel, if you're going to play a zone, watch the quarterback, look it off, find the seam, get the big play.
Orton off balance, throws it down. And there's a injury at the 15 and some other words being exchanged back at the 40. Sheldon Brown is the injured player. Got a flag now.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 8. 10-yard penalty. Loss of down. 2nd down.
No receiver near the football. A throwaway inside the pocket to avoid the sack. That's why it's intentional grounding.
So is Sheldon Brown getting some attention by the training staff. We'll take a break here in Philadelphia. Sheldon Brown was able to walk to the sideline. Demetri Patterson takes his place. It was a non-contact injury to Brown. 2nd down for Denver from the 40, and they go down the sideline, and it's picked off by Samuel, his 9th pick of the season. Sante Samuel to the 50, and that's where it ends with a meeting with the quarterback. Pass was intended for Tony Scheffler.
Now we're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct or delay a game for throwing the football. But what a play by Asante Samuel. When the football is let go, I said, oh, he's got him. Top of your screen, waits to the last second. What timing to go up and catch the interception. And when he gets an opportunity, Asante Samuel, he takes advantage of it. And he's one of the best. Look back at the quarterbacks and find the football in the NFL. And how about that? 9 interceptions. And a lot of his interceptions, Jim, they come from he leaves his guy as he watches the quarterback and goes and doubles another receiver and makes the catch or makes the interception. But that was against Scheffler. And so he played it kind of safe, and he knows that Scheffler's not going to be out running down the field.
First turnover committed today by Denver. Samuel out of Central Florida, the same school that a few years later produced Brandon Marshall.
Big signing by this Philadelphia team to go get him from New England when he was a free agent.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both of them on Philadelphia. Both of them after the change of possession. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on number 35, 15 yards. And then after the ball was dead, a dead ball spike, throwing the ball, 5-yard penalty against the interceptor. Both fouls will be enforced. First down.
So it got a little scruffy after the interception, but the pick will stand for the Eagles, who lead it 27-10. Two penalties, both after the interception. How about the hit, too? You see, that ties, if you will, in a season that Bill Bradley marked with 9 interceptions. Boy, could he play. Macho Harris, though, put a hit on Tony Scheffler after Samuel jumped up and snagged it. By the way, the Sheldon Brown injury, you got to look at this one. It was frightening when at first glance. Watch 24. Right.
Oh, boy, his foot just rolled as he was relaxing.
Yep. The knee just wiggled. Remember, Samuel had returned it all the way to the 50, but the penalties and the placement of the penalty, the place of the infraction, I should say, will put the Eagles back inside the 10.
They don't hurry up. This might be a safety.
Still moving.
Jeez. Well, this is close. They're calling this after the interception. Well, it is after the interception. And you see it slowing. That is unnecessary roughness. Going, using your shoulder pad or your helmet that goes above the shoulders of a defensive player, 15 yards.
Ball is at the 1-yard line. And Andy imploring the Eagle fans to settle down. Fumble on the snap. Remember, they've had to make a change there with Nick Cole coming in for Jamal Jackson.
Yeah, you know, and I was going to say, boy, it's gone along well. Shotgun snaps, the exchange from McNabb, and
so you just thinking about it cursed him.
Well, it looks like it got stuck, and when the football falls straight down, it is usually the quarterback's fault. Stay in there, ride the center, especially in this field position.
Weaver, the running back, on 2nd down and 10. Pass incomplete.
Well, it tells me that the 16-0 season was the #1 priority for him.
McNabb's pass incomplete, and the Eagles will be punting out of the back of the end zone.
Well, that was 3 plays where they avoided disaster. One with the snap. Donovan McNabb did a good job on the second play, really kind of throwing it away, because if he'd have thrown right at the receiver, it was going to be knocked up in the air at the line of scrimmage. And a free blitzer, again, McNabb senses it and just gets rid of the football.
Savario Giovanni Rocca. The back of the end zone. Dornbos to snap it back. Not a very deep kick, only to the 41 with a flag. And that's Alphonso Smith taking it to the 30. 40-yard punt, 11-yard return.
Well, was the gunner, the runner from the outside, hit while he was out of bounds, or did he not get back into the field of play quick enough?
Member of a kicking team going out of bounds on his own is a 5-yard penalty. Denver's elected to take it at the dead ball spot, 5 yards, first down.
So we'll move the football to the 25. Brown is back in there, Phil. It was an ankle, they said he rolled, but able to walk it off, and he's back. This Denver snap takes place at the 25. Oh, what a hit. Second and 11. That's to the 20 for Gaffney. Now we got a Bronco lineman down. It's Hochstein. Boy, there have been a lot of injuries here today. We'll take another timeout. We're examining the knee of Russ Hochstein. Help to the sideline. Brought in Ben Hamilton to replace him. There's the throw to Brandon Lloyd, who squirts to the 11 for a first down. That was a third down pass play.
Yeah, that was a good job by Kyle Orton, just getting rid of the football. Little blitz from the inside. They're all over his feet. He goes down right on target. How about Brandon Lloyd coming in unexpectedly? Couple big catches.
First action of the season. There's a first down throw. That was a good catch. Marshall takes it to the 6. All these passes to Marshall today, though, are pretty much the same variety. Real quick throws.
Well, they are. It's a couple things. It's good against man-to-man coverage. It's good against blitzing teams because you can throw it short and you hope for a big gain. And I would think two things about today's game. The Eagles have not blitzed this Denver offense near as much as I thought it would, or it has in the past. And the Broncos really haven't gotten it down the field with double moves, which I thought they would try against this Eagles defense.
Second and 5. Now they go to Gaffney, working on Brown. Remember, it was hobbling, and it's a touchdown. Gaffney's second of the day.
How about that? The defender's off. And they just throw it right outside to Gaffney. Sheldon Brown, he doesn't even move at the line of scrimmage. And, oh boy, it looks like you can tell Sheldon Brown not full speed, not able to close the gap, make the tackle.
Any doubt that Orton was aware of that, so let's go ahead and just test him?
I think that was the play all along, Jim. Off coverage, they were going to throw it to him regardless if he's healthy or not.
Extra point good by Prater. Second touchdown of the day thrown by Kyle Orton, both of them to Jabbar Gaffney.
Well, a lot of times when you see this, it's a running play. And that could have been a running play to the right. And the quarterback has the option to throw the quick screen or the pass like this. It's usually you do it if the defender's off, and that was a good decision by Kyle Orton. I think always when you give a quarterback hand it off for a chance to throw it to the line of scrimmage down there, especially they're going to throw it, right? Why not take that advantage of that?
How could you not?
It's been a long third quarter. Denver Broncos just hanging in there.
And the Eagles have already qualified for the postseason. Still hoping to win the NFC East. Dallas plays tonight, and then the Eagles play at Dallas next week. Broncos, one of many teams in pursuit of those 2 wild card slots on the AFC side. It's been a wild day when you look at some of these matchups. Houston over Miami, and putting the Texans at 8-7. The Jaguars getting thumped by New England to fall to 7-8. Pittsburgh over Baltimore. Keep the Steelers' slim hopes going. They're 8-7 along with Baltimore. Ravens have a lot of advantages, though, when it comes to trying to figure out tie-breaking scenarios. Still in their advantage. And they'll be at Oakland next week. This is Harris. Ball is out, and the Broncos have it right back. The hit by Darrell Reed.
How about that? Darrell Reed, a defensive lineman, moved to the linebacker position as he was signed this offseason by the Denver Broncos. Excellent special teams player. He was with the Indianapolis Colts. Football is loose, not secured, and you get a big guy running fast.
Robert Ayers recovers. That's what it sounded like right here. The hit.
I tell you, they always say it's all about turnovers and, you know, giveaways. It's a takeaway because the Denver Broncos, Darrell Reed, they took that from the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's their third takeaway today. From the 16. Marshall.
Oh, what a play.
Defensive play holds him to no gain. It's Hakeem Jordan.
Man, he comes in passage situations a lot of Hakeem Jordan, and fast. And pretty good tacklers you saw that time. To bring Brandon Marshall down like that with one arm. But, you know, it's possible, Jim. You talk about the playoffs. The Broncos, of course, they know what's going on here. They might not have control of their destiny if they lose here today.
2nd and 10. Up the middle. Touchdown. Moreno. And he's still running.
Oh, he does the fake. That was a good job. Watch how long Kyle Orton looks to his right. He wants to throw it to Scheffler. He's not open, but he comes back to his outlet receiver, and Moreno, quicker than Witherspoon, outruns him to the end zone.
Moreno, a New Jersey kid, from up in the Middletown, New Jersey area, Jersey Shore area. 2 touchdowns in 49 seconds by the Broncos. And just like that, you know, the Eagles second in the league this year in turnover differential. Second to Green Bay. They're plus 17 in that category, but they're -2 today. Just have the lone Samuel pick, where they've given it back 3 times.
Well, as you watch it, you say, well, the Eagles have kind of started to coast. And it looks like that to me as you watch it. And the Denver Broncos, they're speeding up. I think there was a time in the first half, you know, NFL games, they have big swings sometimes. You and I said it, we go, wow, the Eagles are faster. Well, they don't look faster so far here in the second half.
These kick returns today on both sides have been quite an adventure. Macho Harris is going to get another chance at it after just coughing it up. Now he's actually going to do the smart thing and take the touchback to the 20. Urban Meyer today changing his mind, saying he was talked out of stepping down by his players. He's just going to take a sabbatical, a leave of absence. On first down, that pass deflected on the throw by Lakeven Smith.
Yeah, the Broncos all over it. And when you get in a situation like this, momentum's against you, you're not making the plays that you want on the offensive side. The coach, it's kind of up to the coach, I believe, a lot of times, to call a play to jumpstart and get the offense going. Screens are usually good, but you said it, Jim. Smith, good job diagnosing it, knocking it down. Broncos
PR staff tells us that Holstein knee injury will not return today. 2nd down. 10 to go. McNabb not able to wiggle free from Vonnie Holiday. This crowd's starting to get a little restless. Loss of 6.
Well, good coverage down the field. Vonnie Holiday, boy, he made some big plays last week for the Broncos. 99 inside, just stays with it. And McNabb gets flushed a little bit. He's there to clean it up.
A big point in this comeback by Denver actually was on the Samuel pick, because all those penalties put the ball back at the 1.
That's what did it.
Set up a short field for Denver the next time they had it, and they cashed in with a touchdown. Then the fumble off the kick return and a quick strike. Here we go, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. 3rd and 16. McNabb in trouble, And he is taken down. Ronaldo Hill comes up with it. The sack, his second of the season. Orton to the rookie Moreno. And now they're going to get the ball back. There's Rucka. Yeah, he hits a boomer back to the 30. Alfonso Smith trying to split those two tacklers.
You know, you watch this game and this Denver offense, their screen game today is, to me, the big reason why they're in this. The long gain they got to the running back, the touchdown to Gaffney, all the little short throws to Brandon Marshall.
Orton, he's going down at the 45. Trent Cole posts another sack, a loss of 6.
Trent Cole on one side, Jaquay Parker on the other, to the quarterback's left, bottom of the screen. Oh, just nice job of just stopping. And then what it does, Clady not able to readjust, and he takes off again. And what an athlete, Trent Cole. But both outside are the two defensive ends for Philadelphia. Drop back in coverage quite a bit, do a good job of that, and both are excellent pass rushers.
It's Brandon Lloyd. He's going to lose a yard. Trent Cole back-to-back defensive plays.
How about that? From the inside, getting outside to make the tackle. If you can make a screen play reroute, they do this time. And once it reroutes, good job by Hansen to do it. It lets defensive linemen come from the inside and make the play.
Got to get to the 39 of the Eagles for a first.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 90 jumped into the neutral zone, causing an immediate reaction of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Darren Howard, did he jump across the line of scrimmage? Here's on the outside, yes. He jumped across. That made Tony Sheffer, sorry about the lines, jump a start before the snap of the ball. Good call.
Still face a 3rd and long. Eagles defense did best in the league this year, preventing 3rd down conversions.
Well, it's changing the defense by the Eagles.
Orton got a one-on-one out here, looking for Marshall, and it's incomplete. Sheldon Brown tipped it away.
What a good idea the Broncos had to go. They block it up. They use a wide receiver to give Kyle Orton extra time to throw it down the field to Brandon Marshall. Is it a double move? Yes. Oh, good job by Sheldon Brown hanging in there. And I tell you, Jim, you can tell he is not at full speed.
Berger. It demands a fair catch by Jackson at the 20. A little contact, but no flag. That's Weaver. Dawkins wrapping him up after a gain of 2. All right, so the Jets taking full advantage after Peyton went out with a 15-10 lead. 2nd down and 8. And that's incomplete.
Well, apparently you care more about the perfect season than they do. That's what they were saying about taking him out.
Yep.
It's not a factor in what they do.
McNabb. Oh, what a nice save by Champ Bailey. I think he got a fingertip on it.
I think he did.
Jackson.
It was an excellent job by Champ Bailey. He is all over Deshaun Jackson. And Donovan McNabb, well, how about that? Just hop up right in place.
Yep.
And when he stands tall, which he did there, he puts it on the money. Again, Champ Bailey, we saw it earlier, came underneath, got an interception.
But Champ Bailey actually is in the middle of the field. He of course had made that diving play over on the near sideline, and just a little groggy and unable to get all the way back across to the other sideline. They're forcing Philadelphia to punt here.
Well, Jim, I tell you, the Philadelphia Eagles, they don't think anybody can cover Deshaun Jackson. Well, Champ Bailey is doing a lot of one-on-one. Let's see, does he touch it? Yes, he does. Oh, boy, he lands hard right on his face. Look at the turf. His right hip hits the ground, but he's walking off now. Brent Selleck was the star in the first half of this game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Champ Bailey, Kyle Orton.
Yeah, they've been the stars of the second half.
Absolutely.
Rocca. On a 51-yard punt. Smith collared at the 33, and a flag. White in on the hit.
Personal foul, major face mask. Defense, number 46, from near the run, 15 yards, automatic, first down.
We might be in Philadelphia, but Denver's trying to pull off a mile-high comeback, down 17 in the second half on the road. Now with possession near midfield, 3 down, 12 to play. And Buckhalter takes it to the 50 after a run of 3. JB, thank you. Playing hurt today, JB. Hope you're feeling better this week as Gaffney goes out of bounds at the 45. That's about 2 yards short of a first.
You know, we talked so much during this game about, you know, the Eagle offense, how they can get hot. Denver's offense is rolling. They got this Eagle defense sitting back and reacting instead of attacking and setting the pace.
Two full yards to go for the first. Orton scrambles away, plants the feet, fires it incomplete. Boy, he threw that one with, again, some more heat, going for Brandon Lloyd.
Yeah, the question is, here it is. He threw it awfully hard. Do you go for it here on 4th down, or you punt it? Good job. Good job. I'm coaching the team. I think you punt it. Your defense has really got Philly's offense doing nothing.
Pass was behind Lloyd.
Yeah, good thing, though. Macho Harris in front. Had to be careful.
We haven't seen Jackson, the league's leading punt returner, do anything. Did he not really have a chance on the return game, which Berger will no doubt try to angle this one away from him. We'll kick it high and bring on the fair catch. We're back. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. McNabb in a shotgun on first down. Gives it to Westbrook, who backs his way in for 2. Hit first by Vonnie Holiday. Now McNabb, so hot in that first half. This has been a little bit of a sub-story on the year. The second half has not gone for McNabb, nor are the Eagles anywhere close to like what the first half performances have been. He's only 2 of 10 in the second half.
2 of 10, and the opportunities are not there. They're trying everything. You know, Jim, they're running screens. They're getting the shotgun. You saw the little draw, the handoff. Nothing's working. And they keep searching. I would say, I like this. Get Donovan McNabb in the shotgun. Maybe if nothing else, nobody gets open, he can move and create a play.
Second down and 8. Lofting it. And incomplete. Goodman on the coverage. Pass intended for Jeremy Maclin.
Well, Jeremy Maclin had a chance. It's a pressure defense. Trying to keep, I like that too. They're going to keep right now, keep McNabb in the pocket. Good coverage down the field. It's an underthrow. Goodman still close enough. Look at that. Gets his hand right between the receiver's hands.
Oh, McNabb thought he had it.
As I watch a few of these throws, that one looked like it was close to being on target, but did wobble a little more than you usually see it when it comes out of McNabb's hand.
Timeout, Philadelphia. Back here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles offense has stalled here in the second half, trying to avoid a 3-and-out on this series with 10 minutes remaining. 3rd and 8 coming up. I'd like to welcome the audience that just watched the Jets defeat Indianapolis. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Philadelphia. 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. Pass caught. Where will they mark it?
Going to be short.
Coming back to catch it, Reggie Brown, a yard short.
I tell you, if you talk about this Eagles offense, you say it's stalled out. Bottom of your screen, Reggie Brown. Good route, gets past the first down. Let's see where they mark it.
They marked it a full yard short of it, but from what you saw, that looked like he really tumbled to the ground right on the 29-yard line.
You challenge it. If they moved it up a little, just a foot short of the first down, would you go for it?
Well, they moved it all the way back. They spotted it. In fact, inside the 28, a yard difference. So Rocca sends it down and out of bounds.
Wow. How about this punting today?
You haven't been impressed, huh? Boy, they step all the way up to the 44. Just 28 yards on that one.
Is able to get back in it. Some timely plays on the offensive side, but the coverage of the defensive backs of the Broncos defense, that is another huge story here in the second half.
Orton sets up screen. Owen tripped up maybe by his own man. Moreno gets to his feet to the 49. Now back on that playoff picture, if Denver pulls out the win here, then the Broncos and the Jets would control their own fate next week. Denver hosting Kansas City. Again, a win today. And then if the win next week against Kansas City, the Broncos would be in. And the Jets control their fate now. Next week they'll be hosting Cincinnati. And the Jets with a win would get in. If Denver loses, Baltimore moves in there as the controlling their own destiny team along with the Jets. Now 2 yards short of the first, Moreno. And the NFC East. That game down in Dallas. 3rd and 2. Timeout, Denver.
As I look at this Broncos, this situation, still plenty of time left in the game. You have 2 timeouts, 8:40 to go. You look at it, 3rd and 2, run the football. If you run it and you're just short, I think it changes your thought process where you might go for it on 4th down.
So you're thinking 4-down territory.
Well, if you run it here, that's what your thinking is. If you don't get it, you're hoping to get close enough where you feel comfortable going for it on 4th down.
Orton steps up, completes it. Gaffney, he is having some afternoon with 2 touchdown catches, and that was a tough grab across the middle, outreaching Quentin Michael for 18 yards.
Yeah, it's a good job. The pressure, Kyle Orton steps up and just allows Gaffney that extra time. I thought maybe he'd run for the 1st down. Well, how about that? Go up and just snatch it out of the air. Puts him in field goal range, too. Again, everybody trying to stop the receivers who's at the 1st down marker.
Lloyd scrapes it off the ground, picks up 2. Even with a loss today, Philadelphia could win the division next week with a win down in Dallas.
A lot of good things. Philadelphia wins here. Jim, they win next week. They still have a chance, correct me if I'm wrong, to be the number 2 seed.
That's correct. With a win here today and a win next week and some help. Giants playing at Minnesota next week. Minnesota playing at Chicago tomorrow night, and that was a backwards pass to Marshall, and well played. Rosalio Hansen. It's a loss of 4.
Well, we've seen him do a pretty good job against these screens. It's the second one. Diagnoses it so fast. Brandon Lloyd not able even to get a hand on him to stop him from making the tackle.
Third down coming up. 3rd and 13. From here it would be about a 51-yard field goal try to tie it. Orton is getting knocked down. He got it away in time, short of the first. It'll make it a little easier for Prater. Buckholter takes it for 5.
Those are big yards. Kyle Orton was trying to go down the field, but the quick pressure, oh boy, what a good job getting rid of it. Seeing the running back coming out of the backfield just makes a field goal kicker mentally just feel better, of course, the shorter the kick is.
Matt Prater from 46 yards to tie the game. The kick is good. Dead center. 27 all with 17 unanswered by the Broncos.
Well, this is no doubt about this one, right down the middle.
Lonnie Paxton, the longtime Patriot, long snapper from 2000 through last year, sent it back to Berger, who got it down to perfection. Prater drives it home.
Well, think about it. Second half, what is the Philadelphia Eagles offense done? They did get the touchdown throw, but it was a pass that Donovan McNabb never saw Hill. Could have been intercepted. That drive was kept alive by a defensive penalty that was, I'm not going to say it wasn't one, but I had a hard time seeing it. And nothing fancy by the Broncos defense. They're just winning the battles, covering one-on-one and keeping Donovan McNabb in the pocket.
In fact, that touchdown drive, the only touchdown drive of the second half by the Broncos, fueled by 2 first down penalties, if you will. The long pass interference call, and then the other one you referred to. Eagle hit to the face. Let's see if that offense can be reignited here with 6 minutes to go. Joe Harris steps up. Tries to cut outside. He fumbles it again. It's Philadelphia football. His second fumble of the game. Carrying the ball on the wrong side.
You know, a couple things. Just carrying the football loose, not tucked to his body. And when it's not tucked to the body, any type of pressure is going to knock it out. Oh, what a recovery.
Api Amiri with the recovery.
And you go, why is it the wrong side, Jim? Because when you have it on the inside, you can't use your other arm to defend them off. And if it's on the outside arm, when it gets hit loose or knocked loose, it usually goes out of bounds.
McNabb is tossed down by Dumerville. His second sack today, setting the single season mark in Denver history with 17.
Well, what's so good, it takes so long. Donovan McNabb hoping for a better option. The short receivers were open, but you can't think that Brent Selleck, a tight end, is going to be able to stop for that long one of the best pass rushers or sackers in the NFL.
He breaks Simon Fletcher's Bronco record. Fletcher, the University of Houston product, who went up and had a number of good years in Denver, and a flag, and it's going to be 5 more marked off against the Eagles.
False start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty is still second down.
This defense of the Broncos Wow, 4th straight 3-and-outs. Look at the yardage.
Unbelievable.
1 yard. But you know, Jim, they have this ability, and people keep writing the Broncos off during the year. And I go, hey, this defense it's tough. They went 3-and-out many times and gave the Broncos a great chance to win that game.
Mike Nolan, their defensive coordinator. 2nd and 25. Pass too high. And open was Jeremy Maclin. And again, McNabb ends up on his backside.
Well, that's not what caused the interception. He had time, and he does a good job of looking it off. He's going to the, well, let me redo that over. He's not able to complete the follow through to get the football down. Well, the way it's going for the Eagles, I don't know. I'd think about punting on 3rd down.
All they need is 25 for a first. All kinds of time. McNabb, he's got a chance to get the first. McNabb's got the first down at the 42. A 27-yard scramble.
What happens here is anybody watching the quarterback, everybody kind of mans up, and when the linebacker's underneath, DJ Williams chases the running back, then it opens up, and boy, Donovan McNabb grabs that left hamstring.
Yeah, that's not good. He's staying in the game. He immediately grabbed that left hamstring.
It took so long. They had so many guys running deep. That's why he was able to get the 3rd and 25.
His longest run of the season. And Westbrook goes for 2.
Well,
boy, just think how big that was. An incomplete pass. They would have been punting, basically punter standing on the goal line.
Punter's having a bad day.
Yep.
Can't get it airborne.
Just had a 26-yard punt the last time he booted it.
Field position has changed dramatically, of course, and also time.
Not only his longest run of the season, his longest run since 2007.
You know, as I've watched him this year, you know, I asked a bunch of the coaches for the Eagles, is he moving around more? And they go, nah. Remember, it's 2 years after the surgery. He feels good. But he moves around now to throw the football, not to gain yards rushing like he did when he was young.
2nd and 8. That's an incompletion. Hit the ground before Maclin got a hold of it.
Let's get a good look at it. Andre Goodman having a nice day. You know, McNabb has to be careful with the throw. That did come out because the coverage is tight, so you don't want to make an error and lose the game here with an interception.
Third and 8. It's going to be a yard short of the first. That's Goodman you just spoke of. And that not only would have been a first down, that whole side was open for at least another 10 yards, I believe. 4th and 1 coming up.
Boy, nice tackle by Goodman. Good angle. Didn't get underneath where he would be chasing. He wouldn't be able to make the tackle if the football was caught.
They're going to punt it.
I don't blame them. I wouldn't go for it. They've shown nothing that makes you think they're going to win at the line of scrimmage. You still have timeouts, 2 timeouts. You can back up the Denver Broncos and win it with your defense.
Alphonso Smith is the returner. Hold on a minute. Delay a game coming up against the Eagles.
I would take it if I was the Denver Broncos.
There's no delay a game. We're a little slow getting the ball spotted for the 4th down.
Oh. So no penalty.
What'd you say? Oh, well.
You know, at least Mike Harry admits that instead of adjusting the down clock, though, they went ahead and let it play out. Here is Rocca's punt. It's a good one this time. And Smith backs up to make the fair catch at the 8. 40 yards and pins him inside the 10. quick stick by Akeem Jordan. Holds him to 1. Second and 9. Orton with a flag down in the area of offensive holding. And that's Lloyd out to the 25. Will the 15-yard catch hold up? Or is it coming back?
Holding. Offense number 73. Half the distance to the goal.
73,
Second down.
Chris Cooper, right guard. Here he is. Oh, he gets his arms around and pulls. Boy, another good job. Look at the defenders all to the left. Everybody for the Eagles. That was probably their thought coming into this game. Let's guard the short receivers, the guys that run those 5-yard routes, and Kyle Orton getting off that 5-yard route and finding wide open receivers behind it.
Eagles defense, if it can make a couple of plays here, could set up McNabb and that offense with good field position to win it. Second and 14. From out of the end zone. It's Gaffney. He's only to the 9.
Well, the one thing that stuck out when the Eagles don't blitz, they're a middle-of-the-road defense.
2-minute warning in Philadelphia. 2 minutes left. Each team with 2 timeouts. And each team with 27 on the board. Third down and 9 for the Broncos.
I think they're just faking the blitz. They'll play it safe.
Almost got to Orton. Now running for it, and he is stopped short. Coming up to make the play, Tracy White. But there is a flag back near the goal line.
Holding. Offense number 78. After this is the goal. Still third down.
Wait, are you going to take the penalty? You would force him to punt here from the 17.
He's going to reassess this.
Decline.
Okay. I wouldn't give him a chance if I had to make a call like that.
Andy Reid complaining. All right, there's holding. Was it in the end zone?
Of course, if they'd taken the next snap from half the distance, would have been about the 4-yard line.
Boy,
they're going to force him to punt, though, and take the punt and take the decline the penalty and get the football back. And that Reid decision not to go for it, the punt, worked out just the way he wanted it.
That's right. And Kyle Orton, that football was not in the end zone when the holding occurred. So that's a good call by Mike Carey.
And you saw Jackson jumping around, ready to return the punt. 3 career punt return touchdowns. And the leader again in the National Football League punt return average this season. It's Berger. This will be returned. There's Jackson. Shakes off a hit. Another flag down back at the 20-yard line. Lonnie Paxton, the long snapper, made the hit on Jackson.
There's no foul on the play. All of the action was legal. First down.
First down from the 42 of Denver.
Now you got the time on your side.
And that's McCoy into the pile for 2. We've talked about how some of these AFC teams and who could control their own destiny after today, but you've got the likes of all the fans down in Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Houston, all right now hoping that somehow Philadelphia can put together a winning drive, just incrementally help their chances. Of course, Baltimore would be really big help for them. That would put them in a position where they could control things if Philly wins. McNabb. Oh, what a catch. Now they rule it incomplete. Macklin was the receiver. He's ruled out of bounds at the 11.
I was going to say that is a phenomenal catch.
This would be inside the 2, of course. Booth review.
Going down to the ground. Let's watch. Does he have possession of the football?
If he has possession, they're going to have to. That's going to be a catch.
I don't know. I got to see it again.
I think both feet are in. I mean, this is one of those calls that actually will decide a game. Because from that point, It's a chippy for Akers with a minute to go. He held on to the football all the way to the ground. I know that's the first thing you wondered.
Yes, he did catch the football. He did keep possession as he went to the ground, but did he get both feet down?
Tell you, the official was right on top of it, and he ruled it on the field incomplete, out of bounds. Here you go.
All right,
we know he makes the catch.
Tell me when both feet are down.
Well, you can't tell because of Vont's helmet. Yeah, I see the right and the left end.
You did. Okay,
Yep.
Definitely see the left. The left foot is in, and there's the right dragon. Great shot. Boy, okay.
Great catch.
Yeah, great catch too. What a throw by McNabb. I thought he was throwing it to the underneath receiver, a bunt, and I said, boy, he overthrew that one 10 yards. But he was back shouldering it to Macklin. Football, it's not moving. Looks like he has possession. Jim, you're right. I think if I was making this call, I would call it a completion. Toes are down.
No question about that.
Football.
And then the ball all the way to the ground, and he holds on.
And, you know, everybody, you know, as they watch it, go, oh, I see the football moving. Well, of course it's going to move. We got live action here. You're catching it, and there's going to be a little bit of movement. But he did demonstrate, in my opinion, that he had possession of the football.
Really, this is a call, again, if it goes Philadelphia's way and the challenge, the play is reversed, it's got a great chance of just winning the game for the Eagles.
The longer it takes, the more I think it favors the Eagles because they're trying to figure out where's it going to be spotted. Now I've turned into an investigative reporter. Yeah, let's look at it one more time. The feet are definitely in. Do you see anything that makes you think he did not have possession of that football?
It looks like an exceptional play by the rookie to me, and I think the ball will be at the 13-yard line, which would be 31 yards at that point for Akers.
The receiver had control, 2 feet down inbound. First down, 13.5-yard line.
Denver has 2 timeouts, but Philadelphia has the first down, and they can inch a little closer and take this thing right down to a last-second kick. Westbrook, the tailback. And the immediate timeout by Denver, leaving them with 1.
You know, Jim, I was thinking about it. Would you let the Philadelphia Eagles score here? Let's say they let them score in that first play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the only reason I think about it all the time when I'm watching games, but this football, it is on the 13-yard line. It's not just an automatic extra point. You're not inside that 10 or inside the 5 when I always think of that.
Now it'd be about a 27, 28-yard try, and another timeout coming up by the Broncos. Of course, Akers is one of the best in the whole league.
Question.
Yep.
And what I always like about when I watch Akers kick, it is if it's an extra point or a 50-yard field goal, it's full go. Which I always see when you see that, then I think there's just less chance of the pressure getting to you. But to answer my own question, I wouldn't have let them score.
Well, Philadelphia is going to run one more play. Broncos can't stop it, and then they'll go as far as they can before Philadelphia, you think, will take the timeout and set up Akers and bring him out there to win it. 2 of their 4 losses on the year, Philadelphia have come against the AFC West, defeated by San Diego and Oakland. They won against Kansas City when Kevin Cobb was actually the starting quarterback. 3rd and 7. I'll take another yard or 2 and be happy with that. As McNabb takes it to about the 9.
Playing the game clock and the play clock identical.
Now it'll all come down He'll call the timeout. 7-8 seconds to go, somewhere around there. And Mr. Akers, signed by Andy Reid back in 1999, Reid's first year. It was after Akers had been cut by the Washington Redskins and spent a year in NFL Europe.
Well, the clocks are identical in the stadium.
There you go, 7 seconds. So you can't declare it if it goes through the uprights a victory, because you still have the kickoff to go. It'll still be a second or 2 or 3 to go. Timeout Philadelphia, 7 seconds. And Akers, pretty cool guy too in these kind of situations. Philadelphia again already in the postseason, has a chance at the number 2 seed if things break right. Still haven't locked up the division. They could win the division if Dallas loses tonight, or if they win at Dallas next week, if the Cowboy victory unfolds this evening in Redskin land. And Denver trying to fight for its playoff life. Will not be eliminated with a loss, but would need help next week. So a mere 28 yards. Is that the lucky number for the Eagles? Akers drives it through, and Philadelphia takes the lead. Like you said, Phil, he doesn't just chip it. He kills it.
Well, for all the struggles this Eagles team had in the second half, really on both sides of the ball, Jim, Donovan McNabb, the big scramble, changed field position, and then the terrific catch by Macklin.
McNabb,
oh, he
looked up just in time.
Jeffrey Lurie pretty excited about that.
Josh McDaniels, who was a graduate assistant under Nick Saban at Michigan State when Andy Reid became the head coach of the Eagles. Andy, one of the longest tenured coaches in the league, right behind Jeff Fisher. All kinds of scenarios for next week. The Broncos will find out after this game ends that there's even a possible strength of victory tiebreaker that they would have in the mix with the Jets and the Ravens next week. So all sorts of things to settle. You can see the NFL offices in New York trying to sort it out to this very minute. And the ball just tossed around a little bit to Smith. And that's not going anywhere. It is over in Philadelphia. The Eagles prevail on an Akers field goal from 28 yards. Philadelphia 30, Denver 27.